around, I'm sure. He's a Leeds fan too. Perhaps he's crying somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. He's hiding after the nil. If they'd won, he would have said, Toby, I'll do Monday show after all. It's so nice to have you here. So last time I saw you was the Global Awards, our kind of in-house awards ceremony. And ever since, I've been claiming you as a listener.
Oh, yeah, I am a listener.
See this? I'm not just making it up. Everything. Because I went up to Kelly and I said, hello, mate, how are you? And you went, good show there, young man. Yeah. And I went, thank you very much.
I like your show. I like Johnny's show. I've always listened to Moyles in the morning, text him, taking the Michael. A little bit. See that? Yeah,
Cute.
Not a day of meetings. Yeah. But yeah, no, I've always been a listener. I mean, we've been coming here for about 20 years now, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's been amazing.
Well, I mean, it really is. Is it 1997 the first album came out?
Yeah, and I think we were here not far off around that time. I remember getting a free XFM t-shirt, camouflage t-shirt, which I wore on stage for a couple of times. When any free t-shirts at that time, mate, we rinsed. Well, we didn't rinse. We kept them on because they were filthy. Yeah.
So if there's any small businesses listening that want a bit of free advertising, Kelly will wear any free t-shirt that he gets sent, basically.
Absolutely.
Now, I've been talking about you all morning, and I'm so sorry, because now that you're here, it's a bit awkward, but I've basically been saying how you're the best-looking man I've ever seen, and that I was looking at... Now, I was honestly watching... I watched the video for Local Boy in the Photograph, right, over the weekend.
This feels creepy now, by the way.
It does, and it is creepy. It's much easier to
Very
compliment
young
you.
in that one.
But you look exactly the same.
Well, in this light, maybe. Not in my own light, but it's been... Well... Local Boy we did that in St Pancras Hotel 2 weeks after the Spice Girls did Wannabe in there.
Oh, really?
It's my only memory of that place. Then we went and got...
Good memory.
It was
then.
Christmas, then we went and got drunk. But yeah, first ever video, so you're going to have to get pretty smashed.
That's it. That's why I went back and watched it, because it was the first video, and I was like, fair play. So this new album, which I love, by the way, listened to it a few times over the week, it's great. It's absolutely great. Now, your voice, though, because it's raspy, it sounds like it's getting a bit better. As I'm sorry to say, you're getting a little bit older, but the rasp is almost... This is the raspiest album I think you've done. It's great.
Yeah, it's kind of becoming husky. It's more velvety rasp than he was in the first record. The first record was like gargling chippings, like a cement mixer kind of rasp. But
a husky's a nicer word for it,
Yeah.
by the way, than raspy. Type.
Yes, I'm very sorry, Kelly.
Velvety
oh,
and
no,
husky.
I don't mind what you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, 11 albums. There's a lot of different vocal styles on all the albums. But yeah, well, thank you if you liked it. And you know,
I love it.
Call it what you want.
It's great.
Just don't call me in the morning.
The opening track, just wanted the goods. That's my favourite song on the album.
Is it?
Awesome. I love that. I've really been enjoying. We're going to play it at some point, but Bust This Town as well. I've been really. Well, the thing is, because when you're playing these songs every day at work,
Yeah.
the songs kind of, in the nice way, they wash over you the first few times you play them, because you play the song and then you focus on what you're going to do next, and blah, 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 blah. Or normally I need to make sure I don't take us off air or whatever. So Bust This Town, I played it a couple of times, but it's a good track, that. And then it's about the fifth, sixth time you play it. I was just sat in here one day playing it and I was going, this is great.
Yeah.
Proper toe tapper. I love it.
Well,
really good.
Yeah, there's a kind of country element to the record.
Yeah.
Americana kind of vibe, but with that song's got a kind of disco beat, and I Just Wanted the Goods as well. But that I Just Wanted the Goods was a song about... I had a painting sent to me by a guy who did the album cover for Graffiti on the Train, and he was two boxers, and he said it was a phrase that they used to use back in the day when fighters didn't really... They would take a bung to go down, like in the third or the fourth round, and they would say that they could buy a fur coat or a diamond ring for their missus and say, well, I didn't really want to win, I just wanted the goods.
Really? That's what it's about?
That's where it's come from, yeah.
Oh, that's very, very cool. Now, you said in 2018... You said that, sorry to quote you with things that you don't... Right. I said, what? But you talked about how after the last tour, we went and saw you in Dublin on that last tour, that you were thinking of leaving the band or taking a bit of a hiatus, and that you were basically struggling to write songs. Fast forward, here we are, October 2019. You've got your 11th album out, went out on Friday. What changed in the meantime?
Well, I wasn't struggling writing songs. I was struggling with realising that for 22 years I'd never taken any time off.
Right.
It was more like, well, maybe I should experience to see what it feels like to stop. And I stopped in September, and by November I was booking the studio. So it didn't last very long, but for that 6 weeks it was all right. But I started climbing the wall. I think the brain I have, it goes very fast in the morning, and I need to kind of focus it on something, and music's... I thought music was the problem, but I worked out music was actually the answer, really.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Well, no, I completely get it, and it feels like quite a personal album. It's quite a raw, quite an open album.
It is, yeah.
Was that a conscious effort, or did you just start writing songs and going, "This is what I want to write about"?
Well, the songs were kind of telling me what was going on. which I didn't really love at the time they was coming out. It was very raw, very exposed, almost kind of vulnerable in many ways, and he was kind of telling me what I was kind of experiencing and feeling, and I didn't think it was going to be a commercial record where I'd be on a radio station talking about it. I just thought it was something I was going through, write a bunch of songs, record them, and then whatever happens with them. But here we are. I played them to the boys. The boys really liked them, and they all felt kind of moved by what was going on in them. So we recorded the record very spontaneously. We did it in 11 days, the way the songs are written. I didn't edit anything when I was writing it. It just came out very fast, and we recorded it the same manner, really.
Is it? I don't know. I mean, you don't want to be grateful for not being in the best place, but sometimes when you're going to write an album, I guess sometimes you approach, you go, right, we need to get a new album out, and you go, everything's pretty good. I'm in a really good time in life. Everyone's having, all the rest of the band turn up. Everyone's very happy. Life's going well. Is it sometimes quite hard to write anything meaningful when life's like that? So it's actually quite useful when there's something going on.
Well, it can be. I mean, I don't want to do a sting and put myself in the worst situations in the world and then write an album. Apparently, he used to put himself through pain to get records. It's not, but I do think art, music, film, paintings, whatever you want to call it, it should all come from a real place within one individual. Now there's 16 people writing one song these days, and I don't know whose point of view that is anymore, but I think music should be coming from the soul of somebody telling you what they're experiencing in their life, and then hopefully it transcends and other people relate to it. That's what it's about for me. But yeah, I mean, I've written great songs in a good place and good songs in a bad place, but at the end of the day, at the time you write them, the songs are for yourself, and then they become other people's, so you just kind of put it down and get it out.
Yeah, it's a beautiful album. Whatever it was behind it, it's a beautiful album. And so when we're talking about 1997, you're doing the music video in St Pancras Hotel after Spice Girls and stuff. Do you have any sort of ambition for? I want to be making music. I hope we've on our 11th album in 2019, or does it just kind of just happen?
We were ambitious. We always looked up to, your Prince or your U2, Madonna. We always loved people that would evolve and change album after album. And if you listen to Word Gets Round up to Kind, every album has got a different vibe and a different style. So we were we thought getting a record deal wasn't the be all end all. We knew it was the first step on the ladder. We knew we had a lot of stuff to do, and we were always we'd have a good time. The gig would get in the way of the bender sometimes, but we were always very disciplined in the songwriting, because we understood that once the Britpop thing and all that went away in the 90s, and all the bands went away with it, and all the scenes kind of went, we realised if you're part of a scene, when the scene goes away, you kind of go away with it. So the only thing that remains really is the catalogue. So the bit we focused on the most was the catalogue,
Well, it's worked. Here we are 22 years later, 11th album, whatever the plan was, it worked. I'm going to play a song from the new album. So this is Bust This Town, which is the second single that you released off the album, and we've been playing it a lot, and like I say, I've absolutely fallen in love with this song as I played it. So Kelly Jones is here. He is live on Facebook Live right now. Hello, Facebook Live, if you're watching us right now. This is from the stunning new album which came out on Friday. It's called Kind, the 11th Stereophonics album. If you've not heard this yet before, turn it up. It's great. A toe tapper, as I described it. This is Stereophonics with Bust This Town. Stereophonics tune that is called Bust This Town. We are live on Facebook Live right now with the one and only Mr. Kelly Jones from Stereophonics. And Pippa was just saying to you then when that was playing, the listeners love you.
Very, very kind of them.
I mentioned it 6:30 this morning. As soon as I came on air, I said Kelly Jones on later, and instantly hundreds of texts and tweets of people coming in, very excited on the show. I'd say 90% female. You're very popular in the female world. I don't know why that is. I can't quite work it out.
We've always had a 50-50 male-female audience, which is good. And there's a lot of 16, 17-year-olds coming into the shows now. So, yeah, it kind of rotates, which is good.
It's great, yeah. Well, we went to see you in Dublin, like I said, and there was every age range in that audience, from about 16 to about 90 were in that audience, basically. Lots of love for the new album as well. Paula says the new Stereophonics album is beautifully written and thought-provoking. I love it. Matt says, I love the new album from Stereophonics. I've listened to it on repeat over the weekend whilst moving house. Can't wait to see them again in Cardiff in March. Loads of people love the new album. Now, it's your 11th album.
Yeah.
Do you go out looking for feedback, critics' reviews, or are you at the point now where you go, I don't care?
I don't go out looking for reviews. I don't think I've looked at reviews since Mr. Writer.
Right.
Like the third album.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, when I write a record, I've written it for myself, and I've never really been a writer that goes away and goes, right, I'm going to write a hit single this weekend. What becomes of the songs becomes of the songs.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful people are into it, and the shows sell out really fast and all the rest of it. But it's not something I crave to get that part of it. I crave playing live and I crave recording records, but it's not really what it's about for me, all the other side of it.
Well, the good news is I did the research for you and everybody's liking it very much. So
I like the top line, basically. Give me the positive top line and then I'll move on.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Sadly, as a radio presenter, we're not shielded from that. I get the text and tweet immediately. I see what they call me straight away. You don't ever got that system at home, and I don't recommend getting it. Now, you have announced, obviously, a couple of tours.
We have, yeah.
So, the European tour, how does that work? Because I looked at the list and I'm just wondering how much of a say-so you have in it, because Barcelona and Amsterdam are on a Saturday night.
Yeah, we try to do Saturdays.
I was just looking at it going...
People ask me about what's your favourite city. It's got nothing to do with the city. It's to do with the night of the week it's on.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the British tour, all the major cities are on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
And it's integral. It's integral to how people go out and have a good time as well.
Yeah.
It's like you can play on a Monday night if you want, but it's not the same as playing on a Friday or a Saturday night.
That's exactly why I looked at it and I was like, Saturday night in Amsterdam, that's going to be a good night after the gig, isn't it?
Yeah. You always worry what's on the Sunday, really. What is on the Sunday?
Yeah, I think you're very wise. I think you've got a day off, yeah.
Oh, right.
Genuinely, how does it work? Do you go to your team, do you go, we did a European tour, I love these cities, I'd love to go back to them, or we haven't been here in ages, or do you literally just say, Kelly, we're doing the European tour, here's the dates, this is where we're going?
Well, it used to be what they call a dartboard tour in 97, where they would put a map of Britain and they just throw the darts in wherever they land, that's where we go. So you'd be playing in Brighton one minute and Newcastle the next day.
Who threw that dart into Isle of Skye? What idiot flew that?
So that didn't work, but we've had the same booking agent, Scott, since 1996, so we have a chat and see where we want to go and see what went well last time. And
trust him.
Yeah, and we go with the cities we like playing, yeah.
It looks, from the outside looking in, I think genuinely if you asked people if you could wave a magic wand and have a dream job tomorrow, a lot of people would say they'd be in a band.
Yeah.
And the touring for me looks like the bit that I think I could really sink my teeth into.
Yeah,
is that your favourite? Yeah. we've met on a night out at St. Patrick's Day in Dublin. I think I'd enjoy myself. Well, is that the bit you enjoy? What are the tours like?
The touring is, when you first go on tour, when you're 21, and all your mates, because we employed all our mates to be our crew. We never had any professional crew, and we've still got about 4 of them. The front of house guy is the same guy that's been there since 96, and we met him in a club in Newport. He was driving the van, he was checking us in hotels, and now he's doing the front of house. But it's like, I remember the first time a tour bus pulled up outside my street, and you got to imagine I live in a terrace street, which is one road in, one road out. There's a bus terminus at the top, and then it's just surrounded by mountains, and a big tour bus pulled up. And my brother Lee walked out, who was 9 years older than me. He walked on the bus, he had a look, he saw the telly, he saw the DVD player, he saw a fridge full of booze, he saw bunk beds. He said, what's this? He said, I'm going to go and get my bag, I'm coming with you. And he went in the house, he grabbed his bag and he came on holiday to Europe with me for a week.
Really?
And he was smashed, man, for the whole time.
Took advantage.
Exactly, why not?
So, for years and years and years, it was chaos on those buses because we used to share it with the crew and the band, and it was amazing, yeah. We had some proper times on there.
I bet if you scanned the ultraviolet light over like they do in CSI.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
You'd see some things, wouldn't you? Lots of other people tweeting as well, just saying how you are a very, very nice man and that they're very much enjoying listening to you. Now, we've only met a few times, but you are genuinely as nice and down to earth and normal as it gets. Have you ever felt that there was any change in you when it was crazy in the first years when you're starting out and you're selling out shows and women are throwing their underwear at you? Did you ever feel like you got caught up in it at all? Because it doesn't feel like you ever have.
No, I did. I got caught up and lost quite a few times. Many times.
Yeah.
But you learn a little bit, you know. I still get caught up and get lost in it.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know, man. It's a weird job. It's the best job in the world, but it's a very odd job. And we've all been through it, and we've all gone mad at some points, and your mates are around you picking you up. Luckily, we're in a band and we all like each other, so when one falls down, the other one picks you up and literally falls down.
Usually your brother.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you say, it's rarer than you think that bands stick together. I mean, there's so many stories of bands falling out, but again, we came and saw you in Dublin, and you guys all afterwards having a beer backstage, and it's great.
Well, me and Richard been together since I went to school. Richard from the age of 3. So, and his mother and my mother were in the same class in school. So we've known each other for all our lives, 42 years, something like that. So that count that then.
Yeah.
See you in the school for long enough. But yeah, it's important, I think, being in a band. I didn't want to ever be in a band where you walk on stage and that's the first time you see a guitar player, so we all kind of do what we do together.
Well, that's great. Well, I'm very grateful that you're still going strong because, like I say, I absolutely love the new album. It's brilliant. I sessioned it over the weekend. It's superb. So if you haven't heard it yet, the new album, Kind, from Stereophonics, came out on Friday, and you've got this UK tour as well. Sheffield, Birmingham, Brighton, Bournemouth, London, Nottingham, Newcastle, Aberdeen, Glasgow, Manchester, Cardiff as well. You've done Manchester and Cardiff on a Friday and Saturday, and London and Nottingham. So you've planned this.
Yeah, the O2 gig is the Friday night before Wales play England in Twickenham as well.
Right.
So if the Welsh people want to come up for a weekend away, it's a good one. Unfortunately, we've got to go to Nottingham, all right? Not unfortunately, we've got to go to Nottingham. Unfortunately, we can't go to the game.
Oh, really? Yeah, that would be the
Nottingham, it's Rock City.
That's a great place, Nottingham. I've had some great nights. There used to be a club called Mirage there, where it was 80p drinks, and they would organise your taxi to and from the club.
Is that right?
Best place I've ever went. 80p drinks. It was amazing. So yeah, you can go see Stereophonics on tour. You can listen to that new album, which is superb. It came out over the weekend. Kelly, thank you so much for coming
Thanks
and see
for having
us.
us on. Thank you.
Appreciate it, mate. Good luck with everything. Enjoy your Christmas and your New Year's,
and you, yeah.
Enjoy the tour, and then maybe selflessly, I'll come and see you in Amsterdam on a Saturday night.
Well, you'd be rude not to.
Somebody's got to do it, and I'm willing to.
Well, the door is open. And the fridge door is open for you too.
Great. It sounds good to me.
You were drinking pints of red wine the last time, I think, weren't you?
Well, they didn't have any smaller receptacles. What do you want me to do? I'm not an idiot. Kelly, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in. The new album is stunning. Give it a listen today when you're bored at work. Just stick a headphone in and ignore your boss and listen to the new album. Mumford & Sons on the way. The news on the way. Kelly Jones, everybody.
Radio X. You can trust something.